There was a time when silence was my only companion. I would stand on the balcony of my palace, watching the moon cradle the dunes in its soft glow. And I would think, perhaps this is all I deserve. A kingdom that sleeps. A crown that shines but feels like a chain. For even kings can be prisoners of memories they never buried. The poets sang of me. They spoke of my victories, my falcons, my endless horizon. But they did not see the storm that lived behind my calm. They saw a ruler. I saw a man broken by the echoes of love lost. I had once given my heart to a woman whose absence filled every corner of my world. And though time passed, her shadow lingered, quiet, proud, and merciless. I ruled my people with honor. But my soul lived in mourning. My words were wrapped in wisdom. But my eyes betrayed exhaustion. And I thought, this is how life must be. A long prayer whispered into emptiness. Then one day, she came. She entered my world like a gentle song. One that begins so softly you almost don't notice it, until it becomes the rhythm of your heart. She wasn't born of royal blood. Nor did she wear jewels or titles. Her grace was unspoken. Her strength unannounced. She had the quiet courage of one who has known pain and turned it into light. The first time I saw her, she was tending to a wounded falcon. The bird had broken its wing during a hunt. And while the others watched in pity, she moved forward, fearless, patient, tender. Her hands trembled not from fear, but from compassion too deep for words. I stood there silently. And for the first time in years, I saw something more powerful than strength. Gentleness. When she lifted her gaze, our eyes met. And something inside me shifted. It wasn't fire. It wasn't thunder. It was peace. Days turned into weeks. She became a quiet presence in the palace. Never seeking, never pretending. When she walked through the halls, the air changed. Even the servants whispered blessings behind her, as if her footsteps carried healing. I began to notice how the world responded to her. Flowers turned toward her laughter. Children followed her shadow. And even the horses bowed their heads when she passed. It was as though nature itself recognized her soul. But it wasn't her beauty that disarmed me. It was her stillness. In a world that worshipped noise, she was silence. In a life ruled by duty, she was freedom. She never asked about my pain. But she saw it. And in her seeing, I began to breathe again. One evening, as the sun spilled gold across the horizon, she found me by the fountain, my usual place of solitude. "Do you always hide here, my lord?" she asked softly. Her voice was light, but her question carried weight. I smiled faintly. "Kings don't hide," I said. "They simply choose quieter battles." She laughed, a sound that felt like rain on dry earth. "Even the strongest warriors need rest. Even the proudest hearts deserve peace." I didn't answer. I couldn't.